cards. That's Andrew Moore. And what's his opponent playing?
Will Haas is playing Tempered Steel, Gavany Township's list that's almost identical to Nils Tolpengurd's list, which is being played by Ali Antrazi.
Okay. Who do you think is
Which is
favored?
being played against by Ali
Do you think
Antrazi.
it's Esper's favored, or do you think it's the Temper Steel's being favored here?
I don't. I think it's really draw dependent.
Okay.
Like there are a lot of. That's just so sick.
What do you think? It's a lot of what?
There are a lot of like 2-ofs in Andrew's deck.
Okay.
That will be like very good against specific draws that Will has.
Sure.
So if Andrew like has the right card, he's going to do well.
Yep.
But I mean, he might just not have it, right?
Yeah. I think I played a lot of Esper before Grand Prix Orlando, and I liked it. There were some things that I didn't like. I didn't really like Snapcaster Mage, and Andrew's only playing one, so that's fine. He decides to go with the Sun Titan, Elish Norm, Wormcoil package. Staying away from Consecrated Sphinx. A lot of people like Consecrated Sphinx. They think that Sphinx is the best card in general to tap out for, the best card to unbarrel rights back. But he's going with Sun Titan, Elish Norm, and Wormcoil, which is a little different than Consecrated Sphinx, but I can definitely get behind it. Are there any green-black pod decks? There are. I don't see any that are doing well. There are probably a couple of people who played. I know Lawrence Creech played Band Pod. Was 3-0, but I think kind of fell off the radar there after that.
I think there's a really good red-green pod deck.
Red-green? Did you see it around or just in general?
No, I just think with the new cards, I don't know if anybody's tried to build it yet.
Okay. Not bad. So these guys look to be starting soon. Andrew's rocking the Ninja Turtle t-shirt. You gotta love that. Why not? And Will is on the right of your screen. He's got an Adidas track jacket, it looks like. Is that a Pro Tour shirt? No, it's not. It almost looks like a Pro Tour shirt. All right.
On that angle.
And looks like they're keeping. Are they both keeping? Maybe Andrew's debating. Esper sometimes gets hands where it's like, I'm not really sure if it's good or not, but I think he's going to keep. All right. So they're both keeping.
And let's see if we can get it looks like they're playing, so we should check.
There it is. All right. Turn 1, Drowned Catacomb. Oh, Andrew's hand looks really good. Mana Leak, a couple lands. Will leads off with the Plains. Let's see how explosive his draw is. Oh, it just passes the turn.
And that's not very explosive.
Maybe he's saving up for turn 2. All right, there's an island, and Andrew's going to pass back. I would like Andrew's deck a bit more if he had Lingering Souls and Sorin in it.
That's what I think that's something that people really need to work on, like just fitting those cards into this deck.
Yeah, go a little more aggressive maybe. All right, there's a Glenhawk idol. I think Andrew will Mana Leak this. Save some damage.
This card's pretty hard to deal with for him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
like this is one of the matchups where Glenhawk Idol is at its finest.
Yeah. Andrew's removal package: 2 Day of Judgment, 2 Tragic Slips, 1 Doomblade, 2 Black Sun Zenith, 2 Oblivion Rings, 2 Ratchet Bombs. A bit slow for my liking, but well, I mean, it seems like he's doing pretty good so far. He's X1 playing for top 8.
All right, Will Haas with a Porcelain Legionnaire.
Yeah.
Drops himself down to 18, puts 3 points of power on the table.
Sure. We got some more tweets in. Enjoying the coverage and doing my homework for the next week. All right, yeah, a lot of new stuff is going on. All right, so there's a Tragic Slip on the Porcelain Legionnaire. Some of these card names are tough. All right, Andrew draws a Seachrome Coast and doesn't have a turn 3 play, so just passes the turn. Looks like he's got Sun Titan on Barrow Rights in his hand.
And this Glenhawk Idol's going to stick.
Yeah,
and it may not seem like much, but
I mean, that's not much because Will only has 2 lands to play as well.
Yeah.
So, but there's land number 5 for Andrew, and he has the island in his hand as well. You can see at the top of the screen, so that means Sun Titan.
It's gonna hit
probably come down next turn.
Next turn. And again, not getting anything back. These Sun Titans aren't really doing as much work. Like Consecrated Sphinx. Yeah, like card's so good.
A Sun Titan here or a Consecrated Sphinx would just is totally different. Like Sphinx also blocks flyers, and Sphinx is like automatic card advantage.
Yeah, Sphinx can also block sorted creatures.
Yeah, no one's really playing the green-blue sword, but a lot of people are playing the white-red sword.
Yeah.
So, If I play Esper in Hawaii, I would most likely play Consecrated Sphinx.
Nice.
All right, there's a Mem Knight.
Off camera, Gerard just opened a Jin Gataxias.
I did, and a Dispatch in the same pack.
In the same pack.
All right.
Nice.
So Andrew has 6 land right now. He could play an island or a plains. I'm not sure what he's thinking about. Is that black card? Is Black Sun Zenith in his hand?
I think it's an Unburial Rites.
Yeah, it's definitely an Unburial Rites. I think it's also Black Sun Zenith. I think his hand is plains, Unburial Rites, Sun Titan, Black Sun
I thought
Zenith.
it was double Unburial Rites.
Yeah. Personally, I would just play the Sun Titan here. I would not worry about Black Sun Zenith. Yeah. All right, awesome. The Black Sun Zenith doesn't really do much. Just kill the Mem Knight, which does nothing, and Sigma Pest doesn't really do much here. Sun Titan doesn't get back anything, but is a big body, and it has Vigilance.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so if Will's hand didn't have like a turn 1 play, or didn't just in general, he's probably got a Temper Steel in his hand.
Yeah, there's a good chance he does a Temper Steel in his hand.
So
there's a Mox Opal, and the Glen Hawk will become. There's a Temper Steel.
yeah.
All right, so that's 4, 5. Okay.
7 damage.
Yeah, 7 damage coming in. Got some more tweets coming in at us. Somebody's tweeting in that they think sweepers are quicker. I kind of like quick spot removal if you're playing Liliana and Sorin. All right, so Andrew's going to untap. And Alice Storm would be a nice rip.
That'd be about as good as it gets here.
It's a Forbidden Alchemy. Still pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good, especially when you have the Unburial Rites. And unfortunately, he's like 1 mana short of doing them both in the same turn, but...
Yeah. So main phase Forbidden Alchemy. He does it before the Sun Titan because if he says like he hits an Oblivion Ring or even just a land, he does hit an Oblivion Ring.
Yeah, so
and he
now
has a
this
land.
is really good. He
should put the ring in the yard. So the ring should go to the yard and a land should just go to his hand. Just so he has mana open in case he wants to just do something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sun Titan is good with Forbidden Alchemy. See, that's the thing. I mean, is Wormcoil even good? Like, maybe the split should be like 1 Sun Titan, 2 Consecrated Sphinx.
I'd just play 3 Sphinx.
No, I wouldn't play 3 Sphinx.
I probably would.
All right. So he puts land. I'm not sure why he put his lands in his yard. Like, wouldn't you want to have open mana?
I would.
Like, you understand what?
Yeah, no, I completely understand what you're saying, and I agree with you.
Yeah. So he attacks and gets back a swamp. And Will take 6 damage. I can't really see why Will would chump block with this Mem Knight.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Will had another Tempered Steel in hand.
Yeah, I mean, that would be good for Will. Let's see what he has.
Again, like with the way his draw played out, like you have to read him for like double Tempered Steel draw, or just like a multiple idle hand, which it didn't look like he had. So I don't really think there's a chance that he doesn't have another Tempered Steel here. He's probably a little annoyed right now that he's not going to be able to. He didn't draw the 4th land or the 3rd land to go with the Opal, so he's not going to be able to activate the Hawk this turn. And
well, he goes with the Edge Champion.
That's interesting.
Yeah, he activates a Glen Hawk Idol, and he'll beat in for 3 damage, knocking Andrew down to 8 life. Now, Andrew held on to that Black Sun Zenith, and it's going to come in handy because he's going to be able to Black Sun Zenith away pretty much all of Will's threat, minus the Glen Hawk Idol. So one of the mono green players, Maxwell Brown, went 7-2. So he's possibly looking at the top 16. So it just shows the consistency and how solid the mono green deck really is. And I think Todd Anderson might be playing for top 8 still.
I think he is, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So
it looks like Andrew is setting up a Black Sun Zenith.
Yeah, definitely. He's at a Black Sun Zenith for 2.
Yeah.
And that's really going to destroy Will, because that Mox Opal is going to become useless unless he has an additional artifact to turn Metalcraft back on. Yep, somebody tweets in, Black Sun Zenith is game away. I agree, there it is, Black Sun Zenith for 2. 2 counters are going to Sun Titan, but that's still okay.
And I still think Will probably has a Tempered Steel in his hand.
Yeah, I mean he might, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, he needs to draw Memnite off the top.
Yeah.
And, you know, he was never given an opportunity to attack with that Memnite, so there's never really a reason to even cast it. Really?
Well, I think he originally wanted to cast it because of the Mox Opal to turn it on.
To turn on the Opal? Well, he already had enough. He had the Idol and the Signal Pest.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, that's definitely an interesting line of thought.
Yeah. I guess he didn't know his opponent was going to have a Sun Titan on 6 either, so...
There's a Ratchet Bomb.
And he's probably just going to use that to blow up the Opal. That'll lock his opponent out of the game. Just about.
Well, I think I would wait until if he were to cast an artifact.
And then just do it with it on the stack.
Yeah, then just do it on the stack.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I'm thinking old Extended back when we used to play artifact lands.
Yeah, so Will's facing down a 2-turn clock.
All right.
There's an Edge Champion. So I think I would Ratchet Bomb away the Mox Opal there.
Yeah.
Alright, decides not to. It just stops him from... So he decides to do it now. I'm not really sure... You know, that it's just... The whole line of play there just didn't really... I don't know. Like, it just didn't make sense because he does it on the end step. Imagine if Will has a Dispatch there. It's like, in response to the Ratchet Bomb, now I kill your Sun Titan. So if you're not going to do it in response to the Edge Champion, then...
Yeah, Dispatch removes it from the game, too, so... Like, he couldn't even Unburial Raise it back.
Yeah. So I think it was a misstep there by Andrew, but it turned out that it didn't matter because Will just didn't have the Dispatch. And I mean, Will runs 4 Dispatch. How many cards? Does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? Yes. I believe Will has 4 cards in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we could. Yeah. So it's okay. It looks like Andrew's gonna win game 1 regardless.
Well, there are some things Will can do here to win.
Well, I mean, Andrew's just gonna flash back the alchemy, and it's just gonna be so unlikely that it's gonna hit like a creature or anything.
That's true. It is extremely unlikely that Will wins. But it is possible.
Yeah.
All right.
Will's thinking, how can I get out of this situation? What can I do? It's not looking too good. All right, another Edge Champion. When Hawk Idol turns on, attack you onto 4. Looks like Ratchet Bomb's probably going to tick up, and there's going to be an end of turn Forbidden Alchemy. Wow. Oh, he almost forgot the Forbidden Alchemy. He went to, he started to untap that Ratchet Bomb. I don't know if you saw that, but I saw it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That could have been bad.
I mean...
All right, so he needs a Black Sun Zenith. Something like that.
Land, Forbidden Alchemy, Dissipate, think twice. All right, so he's going to take the Forbidden Alchemy.
Yeah.
Why would you take the Think Twice?
It's just not as good.
Yeah, I feel that's a misstep there. I think because he thinks he could like cast it this turn, that's why he wants to take the Think Twice. But the Forbidden Alchemy for 1 more mana, it digs you so much deeper.
Yeah, like 400% deeper.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a long day for Andrew. He's played a lot with this control deck.
Yeah, I mean, if after 9 rounds,
That was a good draw.
Control. What did he draw?
He just drew Liliana.
That is a good draw.
But still, if you had that Forbidden Alchemy, it just would have been so much better here. Yeah, I think Andrew might lose this game.
Yeah, I mean, now Will has like a ton of cards he can draw.
Well, I mean, Andrew still has a Dissipate. But that Glen, yeah, this is a weird game now. Oh, Black Sun Zenith. Wow. All right. So that's like okay, I guess. What is he returning? A land?
So I guess Will did not have multiple Tempered Steels. He had a Tempered Steel and multiple Etch Champions.
Yeah, I still would have taken the Forbidden Alchemy over the Think Twice. So now Andrew's going to attack Will down to 2, return a land. Play Liliana. Right? Wouldn't you just play Liliana here?
Yeah, definitely.
Make them both discard. Okay, he doesn't want to play Liliana. I guess he wants to be able to flashback his Think Twice and have Dissipate open. So he's reading the Glenhawk Idol. Interesting, interesting. Very interesting.
All right. Or Dispatch could even just tap the Sun Titan, and that wouldn't even be that bad. But I guess then Ratchet Bomb just kills the Hawk.
Yeah, I mean Andrew still has that Dissipate in his hand, so it's looking like he's in great shape. All right, so he puts a die on top of his deck. At one point that was illegal to do, but they changed the rules. He does this because he doesn't want to forget to use the Ratchet Bomb. So he's gonna, realize, hey, why is there a dice on top of my deck? Oh yeah, because I have things to do.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when the Pacts first came out. That was kind of what induced them to changing the rules about putting reminders on the top of your deck. Because you just had people, it was a rampant problem. People were just losing, not playing their packs, drawing their cards, and losing matches.
Yeah. So it looks like there's a very high chance that X101s will miss out. So Andrew is X101 right now. So if he wins, it's not a guarantee for him to make it. On the other hand, Will is a lock if he does win. He is X1. Still debating his play.
It's actually extremely unlikely that Andrew makes it even with a win.
Well, this was the previous round.
Oh, okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
I was just looking at this for now.
Yeah, somebody tweets in that he should have played Liliana.
And then Edict, and then he could have just attacked, and his opponent would have had to block, right?
Yeah, because the opponent would have felt the 0 if he doesn't take it. Yeah,
that was definitely the right play. And he did have another Tempered Steel. Maybe he just drew it, but that's it.
All right, that's game. So Andrew Moore takes game 1, and let's see how he decides his sideboard. He's going to bring in 2 Revoke Resistance. He is going to bring... See, the thing is, he has Timely Reinforcements in his sideboard, but they're not very good versus normal Tempered Steel decks. However, versus Will has the Porcelain Legionnaires. Not all Tempered Steel decks has Porcelain Legionnaire. So because of the fact that he does have Porcelain Legionnaire, I feel that the Timely Reinforcements becomes better because they could actually block. Most of the time, most of these...
I mean, they are just blocking a first strike guy.
Yeah, exactly.
But still.
Yeah, it's
Like, at least they can block something.
yeah, save some damage. Yeah, somebody tweeted in the same thing. Yeah, playing Liliana first would have been better. But Andrew decides to go a different route, which is fine. So he's going to bring in 2 Revoke Resistance. He's going to bring in, I believe he's going to bring in the Tribute to Hungers. Especially when you're bringing in Revoke Resistance, you kind of want the Tribute to Hungers, A, because, of course, Tribute just gains you life.
Yeah.
And B, it's a good way to stop a Edge Champion. And I think he's going to bring in the Timely Reinforcements as well. He's going to, cut some of the slower counter spells like Dissipate. I don't think the Unburial Right package is all that great. And I can see him trimming up a few other cards as general. And on the other hand, what do you think Will's going to bring in?
I think the cards that are obvious for Will to bring in are Oblivion Ring, perhaps Spellskite.
Okay.
I think you take out Porcelain Legionnaire.
You think you take out Porcelain Legionnaire?
Probably. I mean, you're playing against a deck that, like, historically they play cards like the -3, -1, and now he's got to be expecting Tragic Slip. It costs 2 mana, and it's often trading with a 1 mana spell.
So you want him to bring in the
It's bad against cards like Timely Reinforcements, which this one definitely has.
You want him to bring in the 4 Shrines?
Yeah.
Okay, the 4 Shrines. You want him to bring in the Heroes, you're saying?
No.
You don't want him to bring in the Heroes?
No. I think 4 Shrines and Oblivion Ring.
The Oblivion Ring. Why the Oblivion Ring? For Liliana? For in fear of one of his big guys, you think?
Yeah, like Wormcoil, Elesh Norn, Suntian.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I used to like bringing in cards like that against control decks.
Sure. That's definitely reasonable. I think Will's definitely going to take out his 4 Origin Spell Bombs. I think those are just...
I don't even think they're very good at all.
Yeah, I really don't like them in general. So I would definitely take out the 4 Origin Spell Bombs.
The other thing about siding in an Oblivion Ring is you can use it to remove your opponent's Oblivion Rings, or you can use them to remove like a Ratchet Bomb before a key turn.
Sure,
like that.
Sure, that's fine. Yeah, I would take out the Dispatches as well. I would just play a game where it's just like, I'm just not going to worry about whatever my opponent does. I don't want to have a dead Dispatch in my hand. I mean, that game it would have been good on the Sun Titan, yes, but in general, I would take out the 4 Dispatch, I would take out the 4 Origin Spell Bombs, and I would bring in the 4 Shrines, the 3 Heroes, the 1 Oblivion Ring, and when he brings in the Heroes, I'm assuming that he also wants to bring in the Sun Petal Grove as an additional land, so he's going to bring in the additional land, making it 9, and I can see him cutting a Mox Opal. I'm not really
over a Porcelain Legionnaire?
No, just in general, because he has to bring in the Sun Petal Grove.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're not going to cut a Porcelain Legionnaire instead of...
Yeah, no, I think Porcelain Legionnaire is fine, just because he's going to be on the play, and if he just goes turn 2 Porcelain Legionnaire...
Yeah, it's a 3-power guy.
Yeah, it's a 3-power guy. The life is completely irrelevant for him paying the life, and he doesn't have to worry about things like Vapor Snag and like getting beat down by a Delver or something.
That's completely reasonable.
Yeah, somebody else tweeted in. He did have two black mana for Liliana. He actually had 4 black mana that turn. He would have had because he used 2 on the Black Sun Zenith, and then he had 6 mana left over, and 2 of them being black. I believe it was Isolated Chapel and Dark Water Catacombs. One thing I don't like about these Esper decks, they're all playing Ghost Quarters. I really don't like Ghost Quarter as a card. You're playing a 3-color deck, and what are you really doing with the Ghost Quarter? Same thing, he's playing a Nefala Drown Yard. It's just like, I think it just hurts your mana way too much.
Yeah, I mean, you can be Ghost Quartering your own lands and second sunrising them back. That's awesome.
Alright, so are they going to keep their hands? This could be a quick match. It could be 2-0 for Andrew.
Yeah, the blue-black control deck, though. I guess Esper control deck doesn't really win super fast. And Will with another game where he doesn't have anything to do in. Oh, never mind.
All right.
Oh, he has the spell bombs in his deck.
He decides to leave the spell bombs in. We have a tweet in that he thinks that he would drop the Glinthawks first. Interesting call there. There's Memnite, and he passes the turn. All right, so tap land for Andrew, passes the turn.
All right, now this kid's in for 1. Let's see if he has a 2-drop or if he's just planning on popping the Spellbomb.
Second planes for Will. There's a Mox Opal. There's an Edge Champion. All right. So Will has a very explosive draw this game. And yeah, this game is not looking too good for Andrew so far.
Yeah, I mean, Edge Champion, this card's really hard to deal with for such a huge portion of the metagame.
Yeah. All right. So Andrew passes the turn back. He has double mana leak, so the next couple of turns he's going to prevent Will from really doing anything. And then he has a Day Adjustment that he'll set up for turn 4. All right, so he'll drop to 16. Now, if Will plays correctly, he'll just use the Spell Bomb to create a new token and draw a card, and not really walk into a mana leak. Historically, when you have pressure against the control deck, yeah, so what makes that play? Personally there, I would have main phase done it, I believe, just so I could draw a card and maybe hit a land drop like a Nexus.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to miss your land drop there, doing a main phase is just seems way better.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Oh, Will chose not to use the Spell Bomb on the end step. All right, so no, he decided not to. No, Will decides to attack for 3. Andrew will drop down to 13. All right, now it's a pretty interesting game.
All right, so Will tries a Shrine, which is definitely going to be mana leaked.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so good here. All the shrines are very strong against the blue-black decks.
All right, so Andrew's at 13. He draws. I believe he drew his 4th land there.
Yeah, it's a
Plays
Glacial
it.
Fortress.
And I thought I saw a Day Judgment in his hand, and I think he's going to cast it. There's a Day Judgment. So an easy 2-for-1 for Andrew right here. I think Todd Anderson is playing for top 8 with his mono green deck.
And he has a Bellowing Tangleworm in his deck.
All right, so far, the Spellbomb has just kind of been sitting there the entire game. I feel like if it was a Glinthawk, that it would have at least chipped away at Andrew's life total. I believe it would have done 6 points of damage. But yeah, I mean, on the argument's sake, it does replace itself as a threat, and it helps with Metalcraft.
All right.
I mean, it's close. I guess it's just player preference. Personally, I like Glinthawk Idol more than Spellbomb. Spellbomb just takes too many turns to get going. Plus, it's only a 1/1 without Temper Steel.
And 1/1s are just hard to make matter.
Yeah, and also it dies to like Ratchet Bomb along with your Memnites, and sometimes you want to stagnate your curve. All right, so Andrew draws Running Lands, it looks like.
All right, so that's a Drowned Catacomb there. So for all of you at home, Will in play has a Mox Opal, Plains, Origin Spellbomb, and Andrew has two Glacial Fortresses, a Swamp, a Plains, and a Drowned Catacomb.
Oh, there's a Eugene Harvey token.
Oh, nice. I like
Big
it.
shout outs to Eugene Harvey.
What's up, Eugene? A fellow New Jersey native,
Yeah.
like us.
Looks like he'll be getting it for 1. And you know what's interesting? Andrew has a Sun Titan in his hand, and yet again, nothing in his yard. So,
I'm telling you, man, Sphinx is just better.
Yeah, I definitely agree that Sphinx is better. Even Grave Titan.
Yeah, Grave Titan's a sweet one.
Yeah.
Grave Titan might just be the best one. If for this tournament, Grave Titan looks like it's definitely the best one. The 6.
Yeah, Frost Titan's interesting too.
I guess Frost Titan, like,
especially
Frost
at the
Titan
low
does
price of
wonders
250.
against stuff, yeah.
All right, there's a Forbidden Alchemy. He's just digging for a land right here. And the Alchemy does help because now there will be something in the graveyard for. I wouldn't take that Revoke Resistance. I wouldn't take that Forbidden Alchemy either. I really think Andrew needed a land. I think I would take that Darkslick Shores. Unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, alright, he took the Revoke Resistance. I feel we'll take a look and see if he actually has another land in his hand.
I think in a lot of ways he might just be thinking to himself, like, oh, here's like another removal spell. My opponent's barely applying pressure to me. If I have...
Oh, look, he just drew that island. He just drew that. He didn't have a 6th land in his hand. So, even though Darkslick Shore would have came into play tapped, it's still a safer play.
Well, yeah,
in my
certainly.
opinion.
I
mean, now Andrew looks like a genius because he brings back the Darkslick Shore as well.
The most interesting man in the world.
Yeah.
And yes, I did say that Todd Anderson has a Bellowing Tangleworm in his deck that he is currently 7-1 with.
All right, so there's a Glenhawk. So it looks like he left in some number of Glenhawks.
All right, he's replaying the Opal.
Yeah. Now, normally you would tap the Mox Opal for a mana and then return it.
He didn't have Metalcraft.
Yeah, he didn't have Metalcraft, so he actually doesn't really need to play that Mox Opal, just in case of like a Ratchet Bomb.
Yeah, I mean, you might also just want to hold on to it because you have Glenhawk Idol in your deck, and it can be used to activate that. It's like activate the trigger.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yep.
All right, Sun Titan attacks.
Like, that mistake actually cost him 2 damage in the last game, which, if I'm not mistaken, Andrew at the end of the game was at 4, and he had a Glenhawk Idol and could have attacked for 2 with it that turn, so that actually made the difference in the last game.
Yeah, we'd have to look back on the tape, but I definitely could hear you out there. All right, so he decides to cast a Black Sun Zenith for 2, removing both of Will's creatures. And the Black Sun will shuffle back in.
Yeah, and it looks like Andrew has established complete control of this game.
Yeah, and Andrew's up a game too, so this could be it. And he's sitting pretty on that Revoke Resistance just in case something goes fishy.
Jake, I didn't do it, I'm sorry.
Flashback Think Twice. And yeah, Will's just dead in 3 turns, but
getting attacked
realistically,
a few
it's just
turns in a row.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's actually just dead now. It's just a matter of time, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The control decks in.
All right, Sun Titan attacks again. Not getting anything back, but.
And I actually agree with A-Ray831 that Hovermere actually seems better than Origin Spellbomb to me in that deck.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I think Will's just, kind of going through the motions. There's an Edge Champion. There's a Mana Leak. Andrew's just a couple of turns away from almost, possibly, maybe, could be
in the top 8.
In the top 8.
Yeah.
So it's going to come down to tiebreakers for Andrew.
So Andrew's going to he may come in 9th or 10th with this X1-1. Will, if Will had won this match, would have been a lock for top 8.
Will would have been a lock. It looks like Will's probably going to fall down to about 14th or 15th. So he'll still make top 16 and walk away with $100 for his efforts, and definitely a solid performance. All right, Sun Titan drops him even lower. I think Andrew's going to pass a turn, end step, flashback Forbidden Alchemy, and that could just be the game. Will's down to 6 life here, and he's going to have to fight through at least 1 Mana Leak.
Yeah, not only is he going to have to fight through Mana Leaks here, but Andrew also has a Revoke Existence in his hand. He has Oblivion Ring in his hand. Like, the game is completely locked up at this point.
And I mean, that's why I like Esper sometimes, because sometimes you just know you got it.
Yeah.
There's a mana leak on that S champion. And it looks like he has exactly 7 to flashback the Forbidden Alchemy. Yep. He realizes and he's going to do it. Alright, we'll probably just pick up a Doomblade just to be extra cautious. Yeah. Yep. Tax will down to 2.
I will go down to 2 here, and
He turns that Oblivion Ring, getting rid of that Mox Opal. Passes the turn. And I think the handshake is going to... Yeah, there's a handshake. All right. Andrew Moore.
Andrew Moore.
Ninja Turtles. Which one's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Michelangelo.
Okay.
He's
Well,
a party dude.
cool.
Which one's your favorite?
I'm not sure. I would have to think about it. Maybe Leonardo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he leads.